We're here at Solar and Storage Live in London to meet with industry figures, to understand the developments in the market, and we'll bring those insights to you.
So let's talk about the gateway.
Okay, yeah.
Because the gateway is also a little bit different. So we have the gateway 1, we now have the gateway 2.
Okay.
Very original naming.
I mean, it's smaller actually.
It's a little bit narrower,
Yeah.
but it's taller.
Okay.
The reason it's taller is there's a lot more room for circuit breakers inside here,
Okay.
and there's multiple buzz bars. The reason for those multiple buzz bars is you have a standard whole house backup.
Okay.
But not only do you have a whole house backup, that backup can be segmented. So you can have your house load, non-essential load, essential load, critical load, and smart load. And each of those can have logic and AI surrounding them to what it is you want to do. So for example, in the most basic, in a power cut scenario, power goes off, the whole house remains lit. At some point, preset, some parts of the house will shut down, the non-essential parts, the kitchen, the
Okay.
heat pump, for example, leaving your lights, the main house, with power. The battery drains further still, the power cut continues. You then switch to critical load, your lights, your router.
So that's a pre-programmed into it, is it?
It's pre-programmed, or you
does the
can
user need to do
user
something?
configurable.
Right.
So they will come pre-programmed with defaults,
Okay.
but it's fully user configurable. And then on the flip side of that, you have the smart load. What do you want to do with this extra smart load? Typically a water heater or a car charger. So the sun's shining, your battery's filling up, and your battery gets to 90%. You don't want your battery to be full, you want to start to do something with that surplus energy. What do you want to do? I want to charge my water heater, I want to charge my car. So you would program the logic in the gateway at 90%, switch on the smart load. So we charge, we hit 90%, smart load turns on, and the solar is then diverted away from the battery sits doing whatever it was doing before, and you then switch on this 3 kilowatt, 5 kilowatt, whatever it may be, extra load to suck up the surplus energy.
Right. Okay. So just so I understand that correctly, we'd have to wire into the main circuit within the house, a specific circuit that's taking that up.
So you would bring it from usually a water heater would be
Yeah.
the typical example. Instead of using a water diverter with a CT clamp, you would wire the immersion heater itself directly into
I
here
see.
and switch it on and off with a smart.
So just so that I understand that correctly, so previously we would have needed something like a solar diverter. And that diverter would sit somewhere in the property, maybe adjacent to the immersion in the tank. And that would take excess power. The idea was that would take excess power from the solar PV and put it into the thermal store. What we're now saying is that with this GivEnergy gateway, that's all
we'll do
included.
that for you. It's included in the gateway.
Okay, so that really is a game changer then in terms of how we can soak up that excess
Correct.
solar PV.
Without an extra device.
Where else could this go in the future, do you think? I mean, this is already incorporating a huge number of features. What is the sort of 5-year vision for this, do you think?
You could have extra smart loads. You could have modulated smart loads,
Right.
where you can vary the power on a smart load. You could then have the gateway controlling the car charger power directly. So
Right.
you'd have a connection between the gateway and your car charger. So your car charger would be plugged in as normal on a 240 volt supply. You then have a comms cable between the gateway and your car charger. And that surplus energy, you could then tell the charger what it is you want to do. Instead of just being on-off,
Yeah.
you could then modulate that power.
So I think previously when we thought about this, we thought about an ecosystem of products, an ecosystem where we've got different devices around the house and they're maybe talking to each other. But what we're now saying actually is that the ecosystem is effectively incorporated within this gateway.
It's all within the gateway, yes.
And that is becoming the central hub of the house.
It is indeed.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Because the gateway is essentially a computer,
Yeah,
it's software upgradable.
yeah. Okay, fantastic. Well, I look forward to getting our first install done, hopefully later this
Okay.
year.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for your time, Paul.
Thank you.
So here at Brimstone Energy, we've been a GivEnergy installer for a number of years now. We've installed great GivEnergy equipment in Caxton and at St Ives Rugby Club. And we are delighted to be able to tell you that now we are an advanced installer with GivEnergy, which means they recognise the quality of our work and I look forward to continuing this partnership into the future.